My background's business, and I always judge people, not by the words that they use, but where they actually spend their money. So we've talked about health. The next one is around... So you said in the last meeting, I did listen very carefully, Minister, you told MSPs in September that fund manager Inspiring Scotland will, and I quote, continue to work with the board of Edinburgh Rape Crisis Centre as they implement the necessary changes recommended by Vicky Ling's report. However, after saying that in January, Rape Crisis Scotland U-turned on delivering a definition of woman, a key recommendation of Vicky Ling's report, and I'm sure you're aware of that, which means women remain in the dark about which services are male-free. And 2 weeks ago, you announced close to £2 million from that's £2 million from the Delivering Equally Safe Fund for the scandal-ridden ERCC and Rape Crisis Scotland. So my question, Minister, is what oversight do you have of this situation, given the seriousness of the report's findings and that public money, and it's really important, this is public money, taxpayer money, is being used to support these services. And this session is about transparency and accountability, Minister. So I'd like you to address that on the accountability and that spend. Thank you.
Thank you. With regards to your first point, me raising with the Cabinet Secretary for Health. Now, I believe that that meeting may have, but regardless of that, yes, I'd be happy to take forward the 2 points that you raised regarding the NHS Grampian funding and regards to assessments of ADHD and the shortage of medication. So I'm happy to raise that. Regarding your second point, in the interests of transparency, I published the amount of money that we spend across my portfolio. We put that up. We didn't wait to be asked for it in any shape or form. It was published proactively. So the budget lines, as you quite rightly say, we procure services from organisations to deliver specific services that are required, be that in mental health, be that in providing refugees for domestic violence, a wide range in socialisation and loneliness, for instance. There are multiple projects, and we can see all those are listed with their budget lines next to them. Then what happens is that there is a clear sort of like contract, as it were, for the want of a better word, where the terms of engagement and the services and the quality of what we expect to be delivered. So yes, we fund helplines that are supporting people who are at high risk of suicide, for instance, as well. So there is a wide range of organisations that we fund to deliver a specific service. We then have fund managers who provide the governance over that process, and they are in regular contact with all of those organisations. They make sure that what the Scottish Government is paying for that service, that they are actually getting that service, and they do all the quality assurance. They are independent of that process to make sure that Scottish Government money is actually being spent on the services that we have procured. Now, many services will, of course, provide other things, because we do, there are third sector organisations, for instance, that we procure them to provide a particular service, but out with as an organisation themselves, they might be providing other stuff. But we're responsible for our bit.
I get it, but hopefully you appreciate that people out there are scratching their heads when they're going, money is being taken away from this and we're in crisis, but money is being spent on that. So you've shared with me that you are over the brief on that, and that £2 million.
I do believe that the overall budget for our Delivering Equally Safe strategy has increased. I think I was at the launch of that, actually. It was Women Say. That was an excellent visit. That is an organisation that provides support to women and girls from the age of 16 to 24. 4 that are dealing with sexual abuse and violence. And they, yeah, that was the opportunity. I think it was the 2.4 approximately uplift in that. Yeah,
about
thank you.
So,
Yeah.
so my follow-up and my last question, Minister, is we've talked about the funding in the equalities area, but I've been told that, and this is about accountability and transparency, so I have been told that one of your former SNP colleagues, Alison Thelwis, who appeared with you in a photo with banners saying decapitate TERFs and refused to say whether she accepts the Cass report, has been hired by Rape Crisis Scotland. So if this is indeed the case, is this one hand washing the other, Minister? And do you recognise the concerns that Rape Crisis Scotland as a government-funded body...
Tess White.
I'm just finishing.
Tess White.
Convener.
Tess,
yes.
Please, can I have your attention? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, members. Just on that point and on that question you've just asked, we have to keep this relevant to the Minister's portfolio and why she's here today in regards to our budgeting inquiry, please.
And that's important. You know, my background's personnel and HR. One of the biggest spend is staffing, and also in terms of accountability and transparency, Convener. And I think this is very, very important. So if I can just finish. So it's a government-funded body, and it appears to be doubling down on its commitment to wiping out women-only spaces for survivors.
Tess White, please.
But if the Minister doesn't want to answer it, Convener, I can address that separately. Thank you.
We're just going to move on now. Thank you very much.